Hello everyone, my name is Jason, and I'm a channeler, and I'm here for Daily Dose of Hope Day 283. So nice to meet you, and nice to see you again. Daily Dose of Hope is just that. It's an attempt to keep us in the path of neutrality, in between the two sides, in between the two polarities. And it's something I was guided to do from around February of 2024. And and I've been coming on almost every day. Almost. And and what it consists of usually is 3 parts, but I'm just doing 2 parts recently, just for now. So the 2 parts are I want to share a little bit about things and then go into a channeling. Okay, so yeah, yesterday I had a conversation with my guides about what's coming, and just about the idea that we don't really know what's coming, in what way that it's coming, and how it's coming. And so there's no need in worrying about it because no one really knows. Many people say that they might know, but we really don't know because it's all in the cards. It's all up to the wind. It's all up to the air. It's all up to billions of people's tiny decisions and how that affects everything. So we really don't know. But the one thing that they told us is it's moving in a really positive direction. And that's something, and they said that it's something, it's going to be grand, is what they said. It's going to be grand, but it's like starting a new school. Like at first, we don't understand anything. We don't know where everything is, where the rooms are, everything works, and all that kind of stuff. And so it's going to be like that at first. But once we figure it out, it's just like, oh, okay, I got this thing. And so that's what they were saying about this new time. But I think before we get to that time, there needs to be the, as they've said before, that there needs to be a decision point for all of us. Like, what timeline do we want to really live on? And we make that decision by our frequency. But in order for us to make a true decision, we need all of the cards laid out in front of us so that we can see, this is what it is, and then we can make a true decision. So and then where your frequency is at that moment decides where you go, which timeline you'll enter. And there's no judgment on it. It's all, it's all in your blueprint. You've created it yourself. So you know where you're going. I mean, your guides know where you're going. We don't really know exactly, but we kind of have an idea. An inkling, but that's the idea. And so that so it's important, though, in these times, if you want to go to a very positive and timeline, to keep your energy high, right? That's it. But again, it's all up to us wherever we want to go. If you don't want to keep your energy high, that's fine too, right? It's all up to you. And it's all about the experience that we came here to have. We all have different experiences, just like, you even have family members or people really close to you. The lives that they're living are very different. Everyone's living a very different life, even though it seems like you're in the same space. Even in like your neighborhood, like everyone's like, there's heaven and hell, and there's everything in between. And it's all, it's all there. That's what this place is all about. So I had a dream last night about the drones. I had like 2 consecutive dreams about the drones. One of them was that there were these people that were going after, these, it looked like people, but then when they went after them, they turned into this like black goo, which was kind of interesting. And then yesterday, my dream was I was just taking a long walk, and somehow in my neighborhood, it's not in my neighborhood where I live, but somehow in my neighborhood there was this place where it was right by the ocean, and there was this apartment that had like a pool. And I was thinking, it's really cold outside, but I wonder if anyone's enjoying the pool. And I walked over and I said, wow, there's people like in the pool, where there's just one woman in the pool. And then I looked up and I was like, well, that looks like a giant mothership. What the heck is that doing above that apartment building? It was this huge mothership, like this huge spaceship. Not a circular one, but more of like a shuttle kind of thing. But you could like more of like a Nautilus. from 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. And it was just floating up there. And then there was this like drone, like what we usually think of, what we know what a drone is, not these new word, the new coinage. It's like the double speak. It's like the new word for a drone. What is a drone? But it was one of those, the drones that we know. And I was looking at it, and it started like buzzing my head, and I had to duck around. I had this towel around me for some reason, and so I started trying to catch it with my towel, and I couldn't. And then it kind of shot me with these it was shooting out these like black ringlets of tar, and it kind of got stuck in my hand, and it was kind of a little bit painful. And so I went to hide. I don't know what it means. I didn't even look it up to see what it means, but I think it's interesting. The reason I'm bringing this up is because I have like with my friend, we're kind of, whoever gets to see the drones first, or gets a picture of them, gets to buy the other person dinner. And but I've seen them in my dreams, but I guess it doesn't count. I can't really take a picture in my dreams. I can, but I can't bring it back with me. I don't know where they developed that film. So, and hey, TT Tracy, say an adventure indeed. Yes. And Kathy, hey Kathy. TT Tracy says being able to see the Matrix but not being a part of it. Yeah. And that's not plugging in our emotions into it. We can plug in our emotions, which are our creative force, into what we want to see. And this is what I always say when, well, it's not really what I say, but the guides say that if we are the type of person like me who's like super curious and really want to know everything, and it's really, really important that we are able to forgive and understand all of the different parts of it, and not to be in judgment of any of it, just to understand that these are all the stories that are playing out, and they have to play out. And they've said that there isn't really much of a necessity to look at all the stories, but I'm really curious, and so I got to see that story and this story, and I wonder how this story fits in. So for me, my way of looking at it is I see it as this giant, complex, what is it called? Low budget science fiction movie. Just, oh, look at that. Oh, and there's this part, and this plot is really confusing. Look at that. I wonder how that fits in here. I wonder where that goes. And for me, that's what it is. It's just kind of interesting. It's like a suspenseful novel. Not really, like more of a mystery novel. Like you're just trying to solve the mystery. But I try not to get like emotional about it. I love everyone involved. We're all love. Everyone's just doing their thing. And I work on, trying not to get into judgment. I guess in a sense, I could just not watch it and not be there. It'd be much easier. But for some reason, it seems important to me to know, because I'm curious. I think for my mission, it's important somehow. So, but that's just me. TT Tracy says the drone thing certainly shifted attention. Oh no, not the black goo. Yeah, the black goo. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm gonna go into a channeling and see, yeah, maybe see if they want to comment on any of these things. Let's keep it open. There you go. Greetings, we are that one that you know of as Yeshua. And we are here, and we are here with all of you in these beautiful times, these quiet times where it seems as if many things are happening, but you can hear the silence behind everything. You can see the silence behind everything. You can see that many things are happening, but nothing is happening at the same time. But what is really happening? What is really happening is love is happening. This silence is the silence before the love comes out. These are what you might call a transition period. Transition periods happen on your planet. But this transition is only a thin veneer. This transition is part of, as this being might say, a narrative, part of the storyline to help you to understand what's going on. So in that sense, the veil is slowly being lifted on all there is on your planet. And the story has to somehow fit into your logical minds. It doesn't have to be completely and utterly logical. There can be whimsy within it, but it has to be a storyline that fits within your lives in some way that you can relate to, some way that you can interact with. Otherwise, it would be too confusing and it would not work. And so that is what is happening. This is a storyline to help you understand that the veil is being lifted. But understand that the veil has always been lifted. There has never been a veil. You have created the veil, that's all. But you believe in the veil so much that it is very powerful, because you have very powerful creative abilities to create this veil. You've created quite a complex veil with many complex stories that are associated with it. But understand what's going on now is that the stories are playing out to show you that the veil is no longer there. And the reason for this is because it's no longer necessary for all of you. You do not need to live with the veil anymore in that sense. It's time to peel away that veil and to understand that there never has been a veil, and to see the beauty and the silence, the quiet, the peacefulness that is truly behind everything. And then welcome to the rest of the universe and find that universal quiet and universal peace that has been missing from many of your lives for many, many years. And you will find this, and you'll find this. It has always been with you. All you need to do is start to look inside. Or if you look outside at the silence. Look beyond all that you see, beyond everything that you see, into what is truly there. And you'll see that beyond everything that you see, all of these events that seem to be playing out, that there is truly nothing playing out. That this is just a story. It's an old story. It's a story about something that's already happened. But it's playing out in the gentlest way to wake you up to that idea that there is no veil, and there's no reason for you to have a veil anymore. There's just you interacting with your source, with love energy, and bringing that energy down here. All right. So thanks, guys, for listening in. I'm going to call it a night, and I hope you guys are hopeful. And yeah, so ciao for now. Thanks TT Tracy too, and Kathy for joining in the chat, and everyone else who's listening live and who will listen in the future and in the past. So yeah, ciao for now.